It is well known that the chapters of the Legion Astartes have their feuds and rivalries, but now, as the Great Rift has broken the galaxy in two, Lord Commander Dante serves as Regent of the Imperium Nallis, an honour bestowed upon him by Reboot Gilliman. It is in this sector where a cluster of planets are said to hold a great knowledge and power, and they are about to test the might and restraint of two great legions. On Baal, Chief Librarian Mephiston dreams in his sarcophagus. A vision, an angel surrounded by wolves snarling, baring teeth. They want what the angel holds, a secret, a great knowledge. It remains unclear what will happen. Mephiston awakes and speaks with Dante.
My lord, a vision haunts me. It promises of power and knowledge. It may be a cure for the black rage that afflicts our legion. But we are not alone in this. Our Fenrisian brothers also envy this prize. We cannot let them claim it.
On Fenris, Najal Stormcaller also has the same vision. The Rune Priest speaks with Logan Grimnar.
I'll be damned if Blood Angels take what is ours. By the All-Father, assemble the companies, and let's see if the Angels can be a match for the sons of Fenris.
Welcome back, guys, to Geeks of the Realm. Now, this is a battle report, but it's going to be a bit different, okay, as you saw in the intro. It is our narrative play, okay? So me and Brad have decided to do a narrative storytelling before 9th edition sort of really hits us, and we've got the Crusade part of 9th edition. We're sort of running our own little narrative play, but we are using 9th edition rules. They haven't been released yet. It doesn't get released till the 25th of this month, so I've got 3 weeks before it comes in. But I have seen the rules, so we are going to sort of try using them to see how they act. So this narrative play is all going to be 9th edition rules. Okay, we might get some wrong to start with because we haven't got the rule books, but we have sort of seen it and looked at obviously all the community pages and stuff. So we kind of got a good grasp on things, we hope. Okay, now the narrative play is called The Wolf and the Angel. Okay, Brad has made this story up, and the story sort of takes a turn in different ways depending on who wins the game. I've not read the story. I only get little snippets of it before we play the game because I need to obviously edit the intro, make it look nice. So I don't know what we've got next. All right, but we have got this one, and basically we've got Mephiston has had a dream, a vision, and he's basically said, go to this planet. There is some sort of relic there or some sort of knowledge that you need to grab. It might help the Blood Angels in some way. Najal Stormcaller has also had the same vision, and he has gone to tell Logan Grimnar, and obviously they're knowing that the Blood Angels are going for it. Logan Grimnar's not very happy with this, so he said, we're going to send the companies and go and have a look. But what they're going to do is just send a little sort of scouting party first to see it. Okay, so we're going to start off with a 500 point game, and then it's going to escalate. So next game after this will be 1,000 points. Game after that, 1,500, and so on and so on. But we have said that if we bring named characters and they die in our narrative play, then we can't use them again. Okay, that they're dead. Okay, unless something happens, which I've not seen the story it is done. But we can't bring Najal Stormcaller or Logan Grimnar, and we can't bring Dante and Mephiston. We can't bring any of them into our games until the last one. That's all he's told me. All right. So before we get on to looking at the armies, I'm going to go through a few new changes to 9th edition that we're going to go through. Okay. So bear with me. I have got a piece of paper. I've made some notes. I'm just going to look back into it, but it's just sort of a bit of an overview for you. Okay. So First thing is we have decided to go into a combat patrol. That's the size of the game we're playing, which is up to 500 points. Now, before you had to make battalions and detachments to give you command points. It's different now. You gain command points depending on what size game you play. So we're playing a combat patrol one, which allows us to have 3 command points each. But then we have to buy detachments in there if we want to become battle forged. If we buy detachments, it costs us CP. But if you're warlords in the detachment, then it kind of negates the cost of that detachment. So we're both taking, I think it's the patrol detachment we're both taking, which would normally cost us 2 CP, but our warlord's in there, which means it's free for us. So we start off with 3 CP. Okay, and obviously the higher you go, the more CP you get. Okay, so that's the first thing that's new. The second thing is the command phase. Okay, now the command phase is kind of like before. It used to be the one that was before everything else, so you do your clear up and things. Okay, now they've called it the command phase, and if your army is battle forged, okay, you get the battle forge bonus, which is you gain 1 CP every turn. Okay, and you need to be battle forged for that one. Obviously, there is going to be some. I'm assuming there's going to be some stuff that's going to happen in the command phase later on down the line. I know some missions say you can only gain victory points in your command phase if you hold objectives and such. Okay, so obviously that's going to be part of it. But for our mission, which I'll tell you about afterwards, it's not really going to play a part of it. So the command phase for us is basically we're just going to gain 1 command point because we're both battle forged. Okay. Then we move on to movement phase. It's pretty much the same. Okay. The only thing is you've got to stay 2 inches in coherency and 5 inches vertical. 2 inches horizontally and vertically you've got to stay 5 inches vertically for unit coherency. If you're not in unit coherency, then obviously you can lose models and that's it. But you can't move models out of coherency, okay, in your movement phase. You can become out of unit coherency in sort of morale phase and shooting phase and stuff, but you can't move out of unit coherency, so you must stay in it. If you can't do it, if you can't move and stay in unit coherency, then you can't move, okay? So, and that is very important. So unit coherency is, if it's 5 or less, then it's normal unit coherency within 2 inches of a single model. If you've got 6 or more models, which I do and Brad does, then we've got to stay within 2 inches of 2 models, or unit coherency of 2 models in there. So there's no more conga lining, so none of your cultists with your massive conga lining now and stopping deep striking stuff. Okay, so that's gone out the way. The next thing is the reinforcement step. So after you've done all your movements, you've then got your reinforcement step. Now you can pay CP to put units in reinforcement and they can come on in second turn and third turn and stuff, and it tells you which way they come in. So you don't have to have the deep strike rule now. You can pay command points to put any units in reinforcements. We don't do that. We're not doing that at the moment because we've only got 3 CPs to use, so we're just going to test it out. Alright, so that's not what we're going to do, but I thought I'd let you guys know. And the movement phase, you can fall back as well. Now, if you fall back before, if you had the keyword fly, you could shoot into combat. That doesn't happen now, okay? If you fall back, you can't use any psychic abilities and you can't shoot, okay? Very simple. Unless you've got the Titanic keyword, okay, which then you can shoot then. Alright, so it's obviously for your big knights and stuff. Okay, so that's the main differences there. Then we move into the psychic phase. Okay, the only difference here is you have to, if you start using a psyker, you have to do all their psychic abilities before you move on to the next psyker. Okay, very simple. So you're no longer going, right, I'll do smite with this one, right, I'll come back to this one and do, whatever it is. You have to finish all your psychic abilities with that psychic before you move on, which I think is much better. Also, you can re-roll. Obviously, you can spend a command point to re-roll. Now, before you could re-roll a dice, that's all changed now. If you're going to re-roll a result, it's you re-roll the whole result. So if you're doing your charging, if you're doing your psychic for your phase, you roll your dice, and it's both dice you'll re-roll. Okay, so you might get a 6 and a 1, and you really want to re-roll that one. You can't. You have to do them both if you have to spend a command point for re-rolling now. Okay. Then we move on to shooting. Nothing really has changed apart from terrain. Terrain is a big factor now. Now we are going to use some terrain. I don't have all of the keywords yet for the terrains. We've got obscuring. Basically, if it's 5 inches or more, your the terrain piece can be obscuring, so you can give it that keyword, and it basically means unless you can see the base of the model, then you can't shoot that model. Okay, so it's kind of blocking line of sight. There is defensible. Basically, if you're in there and you say you're defending this terrain or whatever, you can Overwatch on a 5+ instead of a 6+, and if you do that one, or there's another version, I can't remember what it's called, but basically you get an extra plus to your attack. Okay, when you're in melee combat, because you've kind of like defending the area, something like that. But I don't have all the keywords. So the ones that we're going to use is basically obscuring. There's one, I can't remember what it's called, but basically if you can see, if you're hiding behind it and I can see you, but you're hiding behind the terrain, it's -1 for me to shoot you. Okay, I can't remember what that one's called. If you remember it, leave a message in the comments and help us out, because I can't really remember what it's called. But we're going to use that one. Scalable, very simple, you can climb it. And light cover, I don't think there's any heavy cover in here, but light cover you get +1 to your saves. Very simple. Okay, so the terrain is a big factor now, and I can't wait till I get the rule book and it'll go through all of them for us. Okay, so that's your shooting. The next one is the charge phase. Charge phase is pretty much the same. You roll your 2 dice and you've got to make within engagement range. Now engagement range is 1 inch, so it's the same with movement. You can't move within engagement range, so it's 1 inch from the enemy, or 5 inches from the enemy if you're going vertically. So you've got to be careful of that. If you re-roll, you have to re-roll the entire charge distance, not just 1 dice. And Overwatch, that's a big key thing now, apart from Tau, because Tau's just Tau. But Overwatch, you have to pay CP now, so it's a stratagem. So technically you're only going to use your Overwatch once, so you've got to be careful when you use it. Okay, which is a very, very big change for us, because I'm a Space Wolf player. We like to get into melee combat, so unless I'm playing Tau, it's usually just going to be 1 unit that's going to be shot. So I send sort of the one that can tank the hits first, and then I'll move in. Okay, and I don't have to worry about anything else. So that's good. Next one then is the melee section. Before it was, you have to be within inches of, so you had like 1 inch and 1 inch of that guy that was in 1 inch of your enemy, so technically within 2 inches. That's changed. You need to be within ½ an inch of a model that is within ½ an inch of the enemy. Okay, so you could probably get 2 ranks now. That's it. You only get 2 ranks. You won't get any further with your weapons. So that's a good one. Piling is still 3 inches, and you must end closer to the model. Okay, that you attach to. So if you are base to base with a model and you're wanting to sort of pile in round, you can't, because you're not actually ending up closer. You are actually still in the same distance away, so you can't pile that guy around. So you've got to be careful now as you pile in. And the biggest change for the melee is obviously your charges always fight first, but now in the melee, if you haven't charged, it's your opponent that chooses the first fight. So you've got to be careful who you want to go into now. I like that. I do like that a lot, because it stops you from getting murdered from everything. So I do like that a lot. And you can still, obviously, after with the charging, you can still pay the counter-strike charge, I think it is, the 2 CP to interrupt a charging unit. So you can still do that. But now that melee, you've got to wait for your opponent in the fight phase. So just be careful with that. Then afterwards, you've got your morale. Now, morale is different. Okay? You roll your dice for your morale. If you roll a 1, you automatically pass. Doesn't matter if you've lost 20, 30, 40 cultists, and you know normally you're going to be sort of losing lots. You just roll 1 dice, and if you roll a 1, you haven't lost anything. Okay, but if you do roll more than so you roll a d6, add the models you've lost, and if it's over your leadership, then you failed your morale, so you will actually lose one guy. Okay, one guy will run. Then what you've got to do is you've got to take what's called a combat attrition test. A combat attrition test is basically roll a dice for each model that's left in your unit, and any rolls of a 1, you get rid of one model. Now you get to choose which model that is, so just be careful with that one, okay? Because again, you've got to have the unit coherency. So where you choose your models from or take your models from, you've got to have that unit coherency afterwards. So more than 6 or more models, you've got to have within 2 inches of 2 models. If you're 5 or less, then you've got to be within 2 inches of 1 model. So just be careful of that. Okay, and that is pretty much it. That's probably going to come up with in our battle report. Okay, so that was kind of like a little quick introduction to 9th edition for you. All right, hope you're still watching. Going to be following up the armies now, so you're going to see the Space Wolves and the Blood Angels. We'll go through it, and then we'll get straight into the combat. Right, so let's have a look at my 500 points for the narrative gameplay me and Brad are doing, the Wolf and the Angel. Right, my 500 points of Space Wolves. Now, it's a patrol detachment, which means it would cost me normally 2 CP. However, my Warlord's in it, so it's only going to cost me 0 to bring. Alright, so I still start with 3 command points because of the size of battle we're doing. Now, actually, it comes in at 498 points. Now, my Warlord is going to be this gentleman here, which is a Wolfguard battle leader on Thunderwolf. He's got a Thunderhammer and Storm Shield. So he's got his 4-up invuln saves, and his obviously saves are better by what his normal saves better by 1 because of the Storm Shield and the new rules in 9th edition. His Warlord trait is Saga of the Hunter, which allows him to advance and charge. And still get his charge off, so hopefully he's going to be running into the enemy lines as quick as he can and causing all sorts of trouble. His Deed of Legend is he has to successfully complete a charge. Now if he does that, then everybody within 6 inches gets the ability to advance and charge, which I thought was pretty cool for this. The relic I've give him, okay, so he's got a relic which is the Wolfenstone, which allows him and every unit, I think, within 3 inches, gets an extra attack. So hopefully he's going to be with the Thunderwolf Cavalry, and they're going to dish out a lot of attacks and deal a lot of damage. If not, if he's with them, they're going to get a lot of attacks, and again, it's going to cause all sorts of trouble. Okay, so that's that. The next HQ is a Rune Priest with Jump Pack. He's got the Runic Axe. And I know he's modelled with a plasma pistol, but he doesn't have a plasma pistol because I don't have the points for it. So he's just got a normal bolt pistol. He's also got a relic I'm giving him, so I'm going to take a -1 CP. So I'm down to 2 CP to give him a relic. And the relic for him would be the Armour of Russ, which allows him to have a 4+ invuln save, as well as choose a unit within 1 inch they'll always fight last. Basically, so hopefully it keeps him alive a little bit longer. His psychic powers, he knows 2 from the Tempest discipline, and the 2 I've give him is Tempest Wrath, and Tempest Wrath is basically a casting value of 6, and I need to select a visible enemy unit within 24 inches of the Psyker, and till the start of my next psychic phase, your opponent must subtract 1 from hit rolls they make for that unit. So hopefully, he's going to dish out some -1 to attack rolls, which is pretty cool. And his second psychic power he knows is Fury of the Wolf Spirit. I've never used it, so I thought, let's give it a try. Basically, has a warp cast value of, I think it's 7. Let me just double check. It is, of 7. And if I manifest it, then in the combat phase, I get another weapon. Basically, I call them the Spirits of the Wolves of Fenric, Frecky and Jerry, or Gary, whatever you call him. Basically, I can make an extra 6 attacks using the specified weapons value. Basically, it's 6 attacks at strength 5, -3 AP, and 1 damage a pop. So I think it's pretty cool. He can be a bit, you know, a bit devastating. If he's going to be next to the Warlord, he gets his Wolfenstone with that as well. So, not with that spirit, not with that spell, by the way. That's just, he has his attacks with his normal melee stuff and then an extra 6 attacks. So hopefully he can be pretty nasty. Give him a go. And because I've got a patrol detachment, I need to have 1 HQ and troop choice. So the troop choice I've chose is 8 Blood Claws. Now, I love Blood Claws. I think they're awesome. Nice and cheap, but a lot of attacks. Not much AP unless you get into the Assault Doctrine, is it? Or it's the third one. I can't remember what it's called now. But the one where your melee attacks get -1 AP and your pistol attacks. So that should be good for them. And they have a lot of attacks, especially if they're next to this guy, where it's going to give them an extra 1 attack each. So they're going to come in at maybe 4 attacks per person, which is just devastating. Okay. Very simple. They're all armed with chainswords and bolt pistols. I didn't have any spare points to do anything else. And then I've took a fast attack choice, which is Thunderwolf Cavalry. I've got 3, and we've got basically a axe, a chainsword, and a thunderhammer, as you can see there. They've all got storm shields, so they're hopefully going to keep up with the Warlord and cause havoc again for the enemy. Okay, and there we have it. That is my 498 points of Space Wolves, with 2 command points left to play with.
Hello fellow geeks of the realm, my name is Brad and this is a video on my 500 point list for the Angel and the Wolf campaign Battle 1. So I have a patrol detachment which gives me 2 command points in 9th edition. Bear in mind this is before the full rulebook has been released. My HQ is a captain in Phobos armour with a mastercrafted instigatable carbine and a camo cloak. My troops is a unit of infiltrators, a 9-man squad, as I ran out of points. No Helix Adept. They have bolt pistols, marksman bolt carbines, frag and crack grenades. They have the Omni Scramblers rule, so enemies that are set up on the battlefield as reinforcements cannot be set up within 12 inches of the unit. I also have Infiltrator Comms Array, so while this unit contains a model with the Infiltrator Comms Array, if there are any friendly Blood Angel Phobos captain or lieutenants on the battlefield, this unit is always treated as being in range of those with the rights of battle and tactical precision abilities. I have my Invicta Tactical Warsuit, which has an Incendium Cannon, Heavy Bolter, 2 Iron Hail Heavy Stubbers, and a Fragstorm Grenade Launcher. Time to show you the models up close. So this is my captain, went for the desert camo look. My infiltrators and my tactical warsuit have left some bits that move, and I can take the guy out. I inhale stubbers. Must admit, I enjoy painting the models. Take pride in what I do.
Right, so the mission is Hunt for the Relic. Basically, it's our own mission that we made up. We took it from another game system, Lord of the Rings, basically. It's very similar to that. Basically, we're on a 4v4 board, as you can see. Okay, and we've got 5 objectives. One there, one there, one there, one there, and one there. So one's in the middle, and then the others are at least 12 inches away from the board edge. Basically, how it works is the first round we'll leg it. We don't score it. We don't worry about points on this or anything like that. We just leg it in, and we try and get an objective. Once we've won the objective, at the end of the turn, we roll to see if that objective is the relic, and whoever's turn it is first rolls the first dice, and basically on a roll of a 6, that's the relic and the rest of them are sort of ignored. Okay, so if Brad manages to get one, and he rolled a 5, then it'll come to me and I'll roll, and if I roll a 4 it goes to Brad, and if he's on more objectives and I'm on more objectives, and vice versa. If by turn 3 nobody has landed on an objective and rolled a 6, then we just roll and find out which is the relic that we need to go for. All these have been numbered, so you can see that one's number 5 and then 4. So we roll for it, and basically we'll find out which objective is the relic. Last 5 rounds, last person or last model to hold the objective wins, basically. Okay, and they're the ones who have got the relic for this narrative play. And then Brad, here he is, he's going to now tell us what the next story is, and then I'll put it onto another intro, and then we'll go from there. So we're just going to roll off to see who goes first, and then we'll get into the first round. Okay, so battle round 1, and it's the Space Wolves turn 1 to go. Okay, so the first things first, command phase. I get 3 command points. So I was on 2 because I took a relic, and I've got up to 3. Right. Movement. Well, these guys, Thunderwolves, they move 10. They're going to move 10 inches. So do I. He's going to advance because he can advance and charge because of his warlord trait. Oh, 16, I think. It's 10, I think. I don't think they'll Thunderwolf for the Lord. Wolf Lord. Oh, he's not Wolf Lord, he's a battle leader. Remember, battle leader, Wolfguard battle leader on Thunderwolf is 10, so that's 16 inches. Look at that. Right. The Primaris. No, the Psyker, he's going to fly. And he is going to fly 12 inches. He's got a jump pack. To that one. These are going to leg it. An extra 1, so that's 7. Uh-oh. I'm going to spend a command point to make him... Oh no, that's the... Could re-roll that. Got 1. Uh-oh. It's a 12-inch charge, I should have... No, I'll tell you what he's going to do. He's going to go there. Give his 12 inches. Leave that 1 for them. They're going to go 1. So they're going to basically just leg it. Just to the other side. Come on, chaps. Like that. Psychic phase. First thing I'm going to do is cast. He knows 2 of them. I'm going to cast the -1 to shoot. So it's a 6 to cast. That's a 7. That goes off. So I'm going to give it to him. -1 to shoot. Okay. It has to be visible. It has to be within 24 inches. So whoever he shoots at, it's -1 for him to shoot at. I'm going to give him the now the Ferric and Gerric. It's a basic casting value of 7. I get an extra 6 attacks. 5, 6, 7 goes off. So he's got the extra 6 attacks now with his, which is good. Right. Shooting. Nothing, nothing, nothing. They advance, so they can't shoot. He's got a pistol. I'm going to throw a crack grenade at you. Hitting on the 2s. Nothing. Right. Charges. I'm going to charge with him first. Okay. It is, Overwatch. It's a command point. It's 5 inches, so I need 4. Do you want to Overwatch?
Decisions. Because then wolves are going to do a lot more damage.
I think I could smash the whole thing in here. And if I do, it's because you were too close to me in the first turn.
No, I'm going to save it for the wolves.
I'm going to save it for the wolves. Okay? He has a 4-up invuln save. He has a 4-up invuln save, and they have a 4-up invuln save. Okay? So I need a 4 on these. There we go, he's in. He's going to go there like that. And he's going to try and take out your... Okay. Let's have these wolves now. Go for them. Now, that is a 7-inch. That's well, just under 7 inch. That's 6 inches. 6-inch charge I need. So you spend a command point. So with Overwatch now, you have to spend a command point to do the Overwatch. Oh, here we go. Lots and lots of attack dice.
Right, there's a rapid fire one. You're within half.
I am within half. I'm only 6 inches away.
Right, so any rolls of a 6 with these guns are classed as I don't need to roll for wound.
Nice.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5 saves.
So 5 saves.
That's
I am toughness 5 for your rest of your... You've still got to hit me though, haven't you? You shot me.
when resolving attacks made with this weapon, an unmodified
Yep.
roll of a 6 automatically scores a hit and successfully wounds the target.
Yep. So, but then you've got the other ones that hit me. So 6s, I've already got wounds, so I've got saves to do with them. The other ones, you've got to see...
It's Overwatch, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Hey, there we go. So I've got how many? 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Any minuses? No. So their saves then get, because they've got storm shields. Their saves are better by 1 on their saves that are normally 3+. So now they're on 2s. Oh, look at that! And I think I've got 3 wounds each. So one's down. I'm going to put it on the chainsword guy. He's down to 1 wound left. Okay, he's going to charge in. So I need a 6.
Denied.
You spend a command point. And you have to, because when you do a command point now, it's not just 1 dice, it's both of your rolls. It's both of the dice now. 4, 5, so they have failed. Oh well. The Wolf Lord's going to go in, and he's in with a 9. So there, like that. Okay. That is my charges done. Okay. He's got the armor rust, so he has to fight last anyway, but I've charged, so even if you, well, mind you, if you spend your 2 command points to interrupt, you can do. There you've got lots of attacks. I think they can take him. You've only got 2 command. Yeah, I'm going to do my Warlord. Okay. I'm going to spend a command point. So I'm down to 1 command point for the stratagem that allows me on 4 pluses to get an extra hit. Which is, tell you what it's called. It's called Touch of the Wild. So he's a character, and he has every 4 plus is additional hit with his thunder hammer. Okay. Oh, and I successfully. I should have done it in first, shouldn't I? So I've unlocked my Deed of Legend because I've successfully charged. So anybody within 6 inches of me now can advance and charge. Right. Here we go. So normally has 3 attacks. Yep. Normally has 3 attacks, but he's a Space Wolf and Marine, so he gets an extra 1 for charging. Yep. He's got the Wolfenstone, so he gets an extra 1 for the Wolfenstone. He hasn't got anything else, so that's it. I am hitting on 2s. Yep, hitting on 2s, but I'm a Thunder Hammer, so it goes to 3s. But because I'm a Space Wolf, I've charged, it goes back to 2s. So I have this many attacks, hitting on 2s, any 4 pluses are additional hits with a Thunder Hammer. Well, that's 3 extra hits, so that's 6, 7. I could kill 7 guys here. Yep, do you know what? I'll have that. So that's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. And it's a Thunder Hammer. What's your toughness?
4.
So 2s. I'm re-rolling 1s because I'm a battle leader. So 1 got so 6 minus 3. I think Thunder Hammers are, aren't they? I think the 3s. Hang on. Thunder Hammers minus 3. Yep.
6 observes. Not what?
6 guys go kabooey. That's 6 dead Blood Angels, just like I like. Okay, are you spending 2 CP to interrupt?
I am.
Oh, no CP left. Oh dear, oh dear. Now, I have the Armour of Rust, which allows me to pick a combat unit and get them to fight last. However, that stratagem that is used basically counteracts that, so he can technically go first, which is not good. I think it's because I've put the -1 to hit me. Let me double check to see if it's Tempest Wrath. Until the start of your next psychic phase, your opponent must subtract 1 from any hit rolls.
Okay.
Any hit rolls.
So I'm hitting you with me Invictor Fist, normally on a 3+, it's now a 4+.
Now a 4+. And
Missed.
1 miss, didn't really do much.
Right, so strength times 2, so that
It'll
is
be 2s, I reckon, mate.
14.
2s.
That's all 3. -3.
4 up in fun save. I've got a command point left. So, Dean, how many damage?
3.
I think you probably took him out. Rune Priest. He has got 4 wounds.
He's hanging.
No, I'm going to keep that. I'm going to spend it. He's still alive. He's still alive with 1 wound. I have no command points left. And he is gone down to 1 wound. Well, he will do his attack then. So he's got the Runic Axe. So, Runic Axe. I have 3 attacks normally, but I'm a Space Wolf, so I get an extra 1. Runic Axe. I'm hitting on 2s, not re-rolling. It is strength from a Runic Axe. It is +1, so my strength is 5. Your toughness?
7.
So 4s. Sorry.
Toughness 6.
So yeah, so 5s. Ooh, look at that, 2 wounds at -2. D3 damage a pop.
Okay, 5+. Fail both.
You take 2, 3, 5 damage.
5 damage leaves me on 8.
And then, because I caught that spell off, me Fenric and Gerrick, which is here it is. Special Tempest. There we go. I have 5 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I don't. I have 6 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So hitting on 2s. Strength 5, -3, 1 damage. So 2s, 5s, 3 saves are minus 3 AP.
6 plus. 1 saved.
So 2 damage.
A further 2.
Yeah, just 2 damage is 1 damage a pop. And that is till my next psychic phase, so I still get that in your turn. And I have got the armor rust, so he will be fighting before that thing. Okay, end of that. Morale phase. So that was me charged with things. Morale phase now. These lost 6.
6.
What's their leadership?
8.
8. So you want to see 2 or less. Nope.
The one time I roll a 6.
So one guy goes, because that's your failure morale. So one guy goes, and then you take a. So how many guys are left in that unit?
2.
So you take 2 dice, roll both dice. Any ones, another one runs. No. So they're still there. Nobody else lost anything. So that's my turn. End of Space Wolves, turn 1. On at Blood Angels. He's now thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking which way to the nearest exit.
Well, that tactical warsuit has kicked your teeth in, I think. Not only that, I think coming too close to the wolves at first.
Right, so I'll move them.
So your command phase, you get a command point back. Yep. That's good, you're on 1. You're more than me. Don't forget, you can as well. You can shoot into combat with him, so you probably could take that that rune priest out.
I think I fully intend to.
Oh, what's he planning?
I feel the day is already lost, so let's see if I can roll a 6. Right. No psychic phase.
No psychic phase. Okay. Shooting.
Shooting.
Yeah. So who are you going to shoot?
So, my warsuit will shoot into combat.
So this time, so the thing with shooting now, you can, if you've got more than one weapon, you can choose to shoot other units, but if you don't kill the unit that you are in engagement range with, you lose the rest of them shots. So he's either puts everything into the rune priest, which he's got a 4 up invulnerable save, which is not done in any good at the moment, really. Well, actually, no, tell a lie, it did, because it kept him alive on 1 wound. Or he sets 1 onto them to hopefully kill that 1 last wound. And then he spends the rest to take around everything else.
I'm going to put everything into him. He will die.
That's poor rune priest. I painted him up the other day just for this. And he was going to get his ass handed to him.
Right. Incendium cannon.
Oh, the Incendium cannon. Don't forget, it's I think it's -1 to hit me, don't forget. So I think it's till the next psychic phase. Let me double check. Until your next psychic phase, your opponent must subtract 1 from hit rolls.
Yeah. So it's a heavy 2d6, so that's 9 shots.
Yep.
6.
And it's classed as pistol, isn't it? Because it's in. If you look at the.
While this model is within 1 inch of the enemy unit, it's heavy bolter.
Yeah.
As a type characteristic. This is.
Yeah. Just think for your heavy bolter, that's all. Just remember
Yeah.
that.
6.
Do
8.
you think this is overkill on the Rune Priest?
9.
So it's 4s to hit me. So I saved myself 2, 3. I saved myself three hits for there. That was not bad for the. It's like I don't want to do smite on this because it'd be silly.
Wounding, your toughness.
4.
Toughness 4, so 3s. 2.
2 saves.
And -1.
-1. So yeah, I think I have a 3 up save anyway. So it's a 4 up no matter what. Nothing I can cheese with it. I've got no. Where are you? Saves a 3+, yeah. I've got no command points. So 4 up. Oh, that's a 1.
That's good enough.
You killed. Oh well, that's the rest of your shooting done on that.
So, my infiltrators.
2 left. Who are you going for? You can actually shoot the warlord as well because I am not within lookout sir range. So you can actually aim for my warlord.
I can, but I'm also thinking about that wound, that wolf with 1 wound.
Oh, that's true.
For what it's worth, I will shoot into.
Have you kept your comms array?
Yeah. The second to last guy.
The second to last guy.
Right.
So you're shooting these. Okay.
I am within rapid fire, so.
Easy.
Usually. Right. So hitting you on 3s, re-rolling 1s.
All hit.
Don't need to all hit.
I am toughness 5.
Where is it? 4, so 5s. 2.
2.
Hold on. Red first. Makes no difference to them rolls.
Okay, so there's no minuses to this, so it's basically 2 up save because of they have a 3 up save normally. They've got a storm shield, so it's +1 to mass save because of the new 9th edition rules. So 2 up. Save them both.
Right, and then my other dude, captain.
Your other captain, this little fella here. I mean, I'm going to put him back, but that is a nice painted model. That is a nice painted model. He was on that there. Oh.
Right.
Who are you shooting?
Just going to shoot the guys in front.
Oh well, there's no minuses or anything. I don't even get pluses in cover, mate.
With that pole, 1 shot.
Hits. Toughness 4.
4s to 5.
It's a 5. That's a. Any minuses?
2.
So my 3 up goes to. Is it 3 up for these or 4 up? I think these are a 4 up. No, 3 up. So 3 up goes to a 4 up. And I rolled a 1. So.
Shame they don't have more than 1 wound because that would have been 3.
No. And when we obviously hide to thing there, but basically all my guys were within 2 inches. Just. You don't have to worry about that now. Okay, charging. I can Overwatch because I've got no CP left. Or you're going to stay where you are.
The terrible thing is, I'm probably going to stay where I am.
Okay. Well, so the end of that, you control 2. It's your turn to do this. Oh, I went first, didn't I? Oh, you've got 3. So my 1 up there. Let's see, because it was.
Roll a 6. Otherwise, everything. Thank you.
Oh, that was a 5.
Right.
Oh.
Roll for the infiltrators. No,
5.
Roll for the captain.
Ooh.
And roll for the other guy. Yes.
So it's your Invictus Warsuit. So these are basically useless now. So let's remove them. So at the moment, you're winning. I've got to get all my guys to your Invictus Warsuit to do anything. Oh, right, morale, sorry. Because obviously the morale phase, I lost 1. The Space Marines I can't fail, so I won't do that. And they're all in coherency, so all done. Well, now you've got to try and keep that thing alive. I don't have shooty much. I've got pistols, but that's about it. Right, my turn 1. I gain a command point. He can now allow people, because he did his Deed of Legends, which was successfully charged. So within 6 inches, I believe it is, they can advance and charge. Don't know if I want to advance and charge them. I will double check for you now with the hunter, and it is 6 inches of your warlord, and it lasts for the rest of the battle. So but he can. So I'm going to advance and charge him. So advance him. 4. So that's 14. Coming for you. Coming for you. These are just, see, if I leave them, they're going to be a pain in the backside. 10 inches to there. These guys go 6. Can the Blood Angels hold it? Right. Psychic phase. Done, because you've killed me Psyker. That wasn't very nice of you.
The one successful thing that's happened so far.
Yep. That was not very nice of you, I'm afraid, but there we go. That was me movement. Psychic phase is done. Shooting. They have got pistols. And they've got crack grenades, I believe. Okay. Yes, they do. They have crack grenades. So, I'm going to use a frag grenade. Actually, no, I'll use a crack grenade. So, crack grenade and pistols within 12. I'm going to go for your guy who you've left all alone, including the crack grenade. So there's 1, 2, 4, 6, 7. So 6 pistols. Yep. 6 pistols and a crack grenade. All hitting on 3s. Unless you've got anything on your sergeant that has to take -1 to hit him. Or your captain, sorry.
No.
Nope.
Oh, hold on. No.
Nope. Okay, so hitting on 3s. Well, the crack grenade missed, and that missed, and that missed. Strength 4, toughness
4.
So 4s. 2 saves at no AP.
3 plus 2 3s. He is good.
Because this is the assault phase, isn't it? So any assault weapons in turn 2.
Tactical.
Is it tactical phase?
Assault is
Oh, okay, so tactical phase, it's your assault weapons then, isn't it?
rapid fire and assault.
Yep. So that's that shot. Everybody else is shot 'cause that's all I got. Okay. Charges.
Let's be having you.
How far is that? 9 inches. Yeah, I'm gonna try it with him. Do you want to send your incendio and do you want to?
I will Overwatch.
So you're gonna pay your 1 command point to Overwatch.
This will be about the last great feat I can attempt. Right. So.
I have 6 wounds.
Right, I will start with the heavy bolter, which
Yep.
is heavy 3.
Heavy 3.
Let's have a look at his wound table. I'm still on top tier for me. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm on the second. So I hit you
On 6s. Because it's Overwatch.
Yeah, because it's Overwatch.
That's right.
So that's failed. Fragstone grenade launcher. Assault D6.
2 shots.
6.
Oh, we've got a 6 on that one. I'm toughness 5.
So I need 5.
That
I
is
get
a 5. Minus.
And it's
Yeah, it's an extra -1 because
it is just -1 now.
-1. So basically, this is Storm Shield because there's no anything else really. So it's a 3-up save because my Storm Shield takes me down +1. And -1 for that. So 3-up save. And I rolled a 4.
Shame. Right. Incendium cannon, heavy 2d6.
2 shots. And you can't even spend a command point.
And your toughness what, sorry?
5.
Right, so I'm hitting you on 4s.
1.
And I'm wounding you on 4s. It wounds.
No, you wound me already because you have to hit me on 6s, remember?
That's
And you've
very
got
true.
6, so you've already so it's already wound me.
So it's minus
What's it minus?
1.
Minus 1, so 3 up save. And I make it with a 6.
Okay. Right, Iron Hail Heavy Stubber.
See, I like the tactical Invictus War suits. I was going to bring one.
No, it's not
But
the Heavy Stubber, it's Iron Rail Auto Cannon.
Iron Rail Auto
No,
Cannon.
it's not. What have I paid for?
Oh, here we go. Let's have a look. He's going to bring out the flamer and just annihilate my.
No, that's the Incendium Cannon.
That missed.
That got 2 shots and got 1 through. Iron Hail Heavy Stubbers times 2. Iron Hail Heavy Stubbers times 2. I'll just roll for both of them.
Yep.
They are heavy 3, hitting you on
6s, none. That's good. Still a big charge on me. It's 9 inches. I need to roll a 9 to get in.
and that's it.
Right, well, I've got 1 command point left. I might be needing it. So, because of my warlord trait of the hunter, saga of the hunter, I can advance and charge. So I advance. Let's do the charges. Needing a 9. There is a 9.
He gets it, doesn't he?
There is a 9. Look at that. Let's
Rub it in.
look at that. There it is. So, me it's gonna come. Have you? Well, I might as well do them into your. Yeah, because not because they didn't advance. It'll be overkill sending the wolves in.
Yeah, over the end of turn 2.
Yeah, just I'll send the blood claws in. 7 inches, so they're in. Okay. Right, and you can't do anything. I mean, I could send. See, them 2 up there, they're not going to do much. I'll leave it for now. I won't come and overkill you, because that's just nasty. Right, let's do me warlord on you. So, me warlord, he has 3 attacks normally. Yep. Then he's got his Wolfenstone, and because he charged you, I have that. I will pay the command. Do I need to? How many wounds you got? Because I'm using my
I've got
Thunder
6
Hammer.
left. So,
So
I
two
could be
thunder.
gone.
So 2 Thunder Hammers will do it. Yeah, I'll keep my command point for something else. Right, hitting on 3s. No, hitting on 2s. -1 for my Thunder Hammer, +1 because I'm a Space Wolf charging. So hitting on 2s. 1 missed. Wounding you on is strength 2. Double Thunder Hammers ×2, isn't it? So it is
And toughness
8.
6.
So
3s.
3s. Oh, and I will spend my command point to reroll one of them. 3 at -3. 3 damage a pop. You just need to fail 2 of these.
I'm going to keep the suspense and roll on 1 dice at a time.
There's a 4.
Okay. And there's a 1.
The warlord comes and does his job. He might blow up though. He doesn't blow up. Roll a 4. Well, I think Space Wolves might have this.
Think.
And the next one then is me Blood Claws. Okay. So me Blood Claws. There we go. We all have 1, 2, 3. We're piling. He can't move actually because he's touching you. Let's go closer. So he can get in. He can get in. We can get them all in because we're within half an inch of somebody in. So I can get them all in. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. They've all got chain swords. So they have another 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have charged, so they get an extra 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And they've got the Berserker charge. I'm making on the turn in which you make a successful charge, you make an extra hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And am I within... Ooh, what's the Wolfenstone? Is it 6 inches or 3 inches? It's been a while since we played, mate. The Wolfenstone is within 3 inches of the bearer. Is my unit within 3 inches? I think I'm just out. Oh, I could have consolidated. Never mind. That would have been an extra 7 attack. Okay, hitting on 2s, because I'm a space wolf. Okay, so that many hits. They're only used as toughness or strength, so strength 4. So 4s, re-rolling 1s because I'm within 6 inches of my value. Only one two re-rolls. Needing 4s. So that is 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 saves, no minuses because it's not in the...
2, 4, 6, 8, 9. No minuses.
No minuses.
Okay, we'll take it on a 3-up save.
That's 4 damage.
4 damage, that leaves him with 2.
Okay. And you could do your attacks back.
Decisions. So 4 attacks.
Yep.
Being charged.
Yep.
What next?
Your blood rage.
Helps if look at
Your captain.
the right one. I've got a lovely combat knife.
You have 5 attacks normally, mate. So you have 5 attacks there. An extra 1 for your charge.
And an extra 1 for me.
Combat knife. And your blood rage, or your black rage.
Black rage comes in on me wounding. +1 to me wounds.
+1 to your wounds. Okay.
So, hitting you on 2.
2s. Rerolling, 'cause you're a captain.
Rerolling 1s, thank God.
All hit. I'm toughness 4.
I am strength 4.
Is there any, do you get any pluses for your...
It's +1 on the wounding.
Yeah, it's
Just use it.
Okie dokie. So normally 4, so it'll be 3s. 3s to wound me. How many is that?
4.
4. Any minuses?
No.
4 3-ups. Make all 4.
So just closing on them dice rolls.
Well, somebody brings in Invictus Warsuit to a game. Deserves, and brings Blood Angels. Deserves to go. Okay, your turn. Oh, morale, I haven't lost anybody this turn. You haven't lost anybody this turn.
I am.
You will. You get a command point in your command phase.
Woohoo! Use it wisely.
Yes.
Okay. So we will
So, movement phase.
skip on movement.
You can stay where you are.
Yeah.
You can a sidekick, nothing.
No, I will jump
Straight into your shooting. This is the assault phase, so any assault weapons you can shoot in combat. And
Them 2.
you want to get that 6, don't you,
I certainly do.
to take that last wound off that guy. So if you hit me on 3s and any 6s with these
No
and eight.
6s.
But you can reroll that because of that. Yep.
It's just not meant to be.
Not meant to be today.
And wounding on. What's our toughness?
5.
Oh, 5s.
Well,
3
that is
6s.
Yahtzee. It was meant to be, mate. Any minuses? No minuses, was there? So 3 2-ups. Oh, I don't even have a command point to reroll that. So he goes bye bye.
It's the small victories. Right, my captain. He's gonna use his weapon to shoot one of them blind in the face.
Well, you got a crack grenade. That might have 6d6 shots in it. There's potential. Frag grenade, d6 shots.
Yeah, but my other one's -2.
Oh yeah, so well, there you go then. 2s and 4s.
Yeah, it's a 4. No, it's a 1.
1. This is Brad's normal dice rolling, to be fair.
To be fair, I could have brought the cheesiest list going and still managed to lose. So this is why I enjoy the law. I play the game just, keep appearances.
Do you know what? It's actually like the story you've done so far about it. I think it's going to be pretty cool. And with 1,000 points, I mean, with the smaller, this 500 points, bringing one massive thing is a bit of a hindrance, I think. I think with your 1,000 points, with the ore stuff you've got, is ridiculous. But, I mean, your dice rolls, obviously.
It's them dice gods. Right.
So,
I guess I'll jump into the...
Do you want to charge?
No. I'll jump
into the fight phase.
Fight phase. So...
5s. We haven't been charged this turn, so it's 5 attacks. A combat with your combat
5
knife.
attacks.
You have 1 for your combat knife, so
Combat
that's 6
knife.
attacks.
Savage Echoes.
Savage Echoes, because we're in the assault phase. I get extra stuff in the assault phase.
Right, so, hitting you on 2s.
Yep, re-rolling 1s, which I've got 1. All hit. Iron toughness 4. Strength 4. So 4s. Oh no, 3s because of your Black Rage.
Only lasts when I've been charged.
Ah.
Or make a charge.
Well,
heroic intervention.
So it's only 4s then. But that is a good roll for you there.
So that's
5.
5.
No, we are minuses now. What's the minus on these? Just -1 now because of the actual phase we're in, which is the assault phase, yeah. So my 3-up goes to a 4-up. I fail 1, 2. I fail 2. Which... There we go, I fail 2. So 2 guys. Which I'll take him and I'll take this guy here. Okay. Well, I could have heroically intervened, but I can't be bothered. I'll just stay on that thing there. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get 5 because there's 5 guys there.
Yep.
5 because they're all using chainswords. And I'm not within inches for my Wolfenstone. So that's it. Right, so the only thing I get now, I don't get me pluses to hit, I'm going to hit on 3s. I do get reroll 1s to wound because I'm within 6 inches of my Warlord. But I have, what's it called? I'll tell you what it's called, but it basically allows me to, any 6s explode, so I get an extra hit on 6s. And it's called Savage Fury, is it? Yes, Savage Fury. Okay, so any 6s gives an extra hit. So 3s to hit, any 6s give me another hit. That's a miss, that's a miss, and that's a miss, and that's a miss. But I get 1 extra 6, so I get an extra hit. Do you know, if you did it on a character and you paid the command point for Touch of the Wild, every 4s give you a +1 to hit, and every 6 on top of that goes. So if I roll a 6 in it, I get +1 because of the touch of the wild, and +1 for the that. So it could be Ragnar Blackmane can be quite nasty. It's only 4s because you're toughness 4, so I'm only wounded on 4s, re-rolling 1s. No re-rolling, so that is 5.
No minuses.
-1 because of the phase we're in. It's chain swords. Right, so we've just consulted the video, and he took 4 wounds last time. He's just took another 3, so that is him gone. He's left with 2 Marines left to take out a Wolf Lord or Wolf Guard battle leader and 2 Wolfen. But I'll tell you what, I might one guy might run. I can't remember what my leadership is for my Thunderwolves. Let's have a look. Thunderwolf Cavalry leadership is 8. I've lost 1. Can't fill. Okay. Turn 4. Yes. Well, I think turn 4. I'm gonna send the wolves in at you, get rid of you, and then that'll be it. Okay. Command point. Movement. I have to stay out of 5 inches because of you're above me, so you've got the engagement room, so I'm out of 5 inches. Shooting, I'm not even going to bother shooting you because I want to charge you. Charging, I have to be 5 inches away from you, so it's a 5-inch charge. That's a 4. I'll spend my command point to have 6, 7, 8.
Okay.
To have an 8. There we go. Right. Let's just do it with me Thunderhammer, because I like me Thunderhammer.
You know what? Before you do that, I'm going to use my command point to Overwatch.
Oh, well, you might as well.
May as well, because I ain't going to live past being a
you ain't
Thunderhammer
no,
to the face.
That's right.
So, come on, give me a 6. Not 1. Not 1.
Well, these don't hit as bad as the my Warlord, because they hit on 3s.
I think my Blood Angels turn to the Black Rage because of the poor dice rolls. Like he's failed again.
Right, well, 2 attacks from him with his. I'm doing my Thunderhammer, then I'll do my axe. So 2 attacks from me Thunderhammer. Because I charge, I get an extra 1. Okay. Hitting on 3s goes up to 4s because it's a Thunderhammer, but comes back down to 3s because I'm a Space Wolf. So 3s. 1 fail. 2s. Yeah, minus lots.
How many minus?
3.
Come on, 6 and 6. Added together, it doesn't even make a 6.
So that's them gone. Well, there we have it. Let's get this out of the. There we go. Well, there we have it, guys. We have my Warlord claiming that relic. We have none of the Blood Angels there. Obviously, they quite like the Black Rage because they don't want to come and get that relic, do they? So there we go. Well, what do you think, Brad?
There's no words. There's no words.
Do you know what? It was a quick game. Obviously, I think because you brought everything closer and wolves like to charge. I know you like to, but you didn't have any combat-y hand-to-hand.
Yeah. I've never played the Infiltrators.
No.
Actually, I've never played any of them models before.
Well, do you know what? I've never played the Thunderwolves Cavalry, ever. And I've had space, and the reason for that is I've just never painted them up. Now I've painted them up, I thought I'll just use 3 of them. Because I thought obviously this is going to be a little bit of a patrol. And yeah, I think next one I'm going to use different models that I've never played before. You know, like say the Infiltrators and the Incursors. Never played them. You know, so So I'm going to have a little look and see what they can do.
Yeah, I've never played 20 Terminators with Thunderhammers either.
20 try. I don't. Can you do 20 Terminators? I know you can do 10, but yeah, lots of them.
Just lots of units.
Yeah, lots of units. Well, there we have it. So the Space Wolves are victorious. I think everything here, because we were doing 9th edition rules, and obviously we're just going off our what we've learnt so far. We don't actually have the rule book yet. It doesn't come out for another 2-3 weeks. So I think everything we've done, the shooting didn't really affect, or the terrain didn't really affect anything, because we were just, well, I don't think the terrain actually made any difference. We were sort of in each other's face in turn 1. The fight phase, I thought it would have lasted a little bit longer, because you would have had chance to fight with them intercessors, but they were 3 inches, and you didn't have enough space. When you had the 2 guys left up here, you couldn't actually make it down and across to actually fight my warlord. So
I think, to be fair, I had a better list on our practice run.
Also, do you know what? I think when we were down here and we did our charges, you got your attack first and I attacked back, didn't I? I can't remember, because basically in the fight phase now, your opponent chooses who fights after all the charges have done. So this one down here, I think we were already in your turn, weren't we? Where you did your attack first. It should have been me choosing, I think. Maybe I'd leave a message in the comments. At that point down here where we had his captain against my blood claws, I think when it came to your turn, I think so you're basically in the fight phase, your opponent chooses your first fight. Nobody charged then, so your opponent, which would have been me, would have went, well, I have my blood claws fight first. So that could have been, but I don't know if that's turn, because I charged you on my turn, fought you, and stayed there. Then your turn, there was no charges, was there? So technically, I don't know. Leave a message in the comments on what you think, how that ruling should have went. But I think everything else, we did the command points, we did the Overwatch. But yeah, I mean, say it was only a 500 point little patrol one. Next one we've got is the 1,000 point mission, which Mr. Brad over there, he's actually writing the story for now, and I can't wait. I think it's going to be epic. And yeah, well, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that for our first go at 9th edition. It's going to be better.
See you later.
Catch you in a bit.